Good afternoon. Wow. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you could find your seats, we will get started very soon.
Look at this.
There.
Look at this. And Solomon told out three.
What? Skirt. I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm just worried about getting this part ready. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'll make sure that they turn up here.
You need to tell them now. And I got dinner too. Bill's still walk up a couple steps, 3 steps. He said, "Yeah, you got Bill on tour." Yeah. It doesn't take much for me to do that. Bill, I can't do that. What was it here?
And if you want to, as a line progresses, if you want to
I'm ready.
You probably stay right here with your script. You're gonna stay here with your script.
Well, I'll probably, like right here.
Huh? Well, it goes down to here.
Yeah, it does. Then we go to the Grand Marshal.
Are they coming? Ladies and gentlemen, if I have your attention, we are bringing in your Indiana Grand Lodge officers for 2024, 2025. We would like to thank you for being with us this afternoon, and we thank you for all your support for your male friends that are doing this job and for all that you do for the Grand Lodge.
That's the invocation. That's what Cleon's going to do.
Oh, Leon's doing the invocation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the secretary's going to sit there. I'm sorry.
Okay. Ready? Every public event for the Masonic organization starts off with a prologue. Our prologue this afternoon will be given by Dennis T. Harrell, past Grand Master.
Speculative Freemasonry is a course of moral instruction veiled in allegory and illustrated by symbols. It makes use of the tools of the operative workman to teach its sublime lessons designed to erect a moral edifice, whereby rough ashlers may become perfect ashlers, and each body a living stone for that spiritual building, that house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. In a day when a multitude of organizations seek to impress their objectives upon society, Freemasonry occupies a unique position. Its teachings are deeply religious in nature, yet it is in no sense a religion nor a substitute therefor, and it adopts no sectarian creed. Its charities and benevolences are as well known as they are widespread. Yet charity and benevolence are the fruits of its teachings rather than the reason for its existence. It stands for citizenship of the highest order, for enlightenment and orderly liberty, civil, religious, and intellectual, yet it is not a political movement and engages in no partisan activity. It seeks to improve the community, yet it is not a civic nor a service club, and it avoids active participation in any type of campaign or movement. It wages war only against the powers of darkness, ignorance, superstition, and tyranny. Its grand aim is to teach, encourage, and inspire those who join its ranks to take their places in society as responsible citizens, each with a genuine concern for his fellow citizen. To the end that God may be glorified and his children may live together on this earth as brothers. Thus, through the improvement and strengthening of the character of the individual man, Freemasonry seeks to improve the community. Thus, it impresses upon its members the principles of personal righteousness and personal responsibility, enlightens them as to those things which make for human welfare, and inspires them with that feeling of charity or goodwill toward all mankind, which will move them to translate principle and conviction into action. Since that far-off period in the Middle Ages when our operative ancestors erected those noble structures and soaring cathedrals of Europe and the British Isles, our ancient craft has congregated in lodge, each governed by a master and two wardens, and each lodge responsible to the Grand Lodge, governed by the Grand Master of Masons and his two Grand Wardens. By the suffrage of his brethren, a Grand Master has been called to leadership in this jurisdiction. It now becomes our pleasing duty to conduct the ceremony by which he will be invested, saluted, and proclaimed Grand Master of Masons in the state of Indiana, and by those officers who assist him assume the duties of their high office.
Most worshipful Grand Master, I here present before you these worshipful brethren who, having been duly selected to preside over and conduct the business of this Grand Lodge for the ensuing year, now declare themselves ready for installation.
Worshipful brethren, before proceeding to invest you with the honors and responsibilities of the office to which you respectively have been selected, it becomes my duty to administer to you the obligation of your office. You will therefore repeat after me that I, say your name in full, do solemnly promise and swear that I will support and maintain the Constitution, laws, edicts, and general regulations of the Grand Lodge of the State of Indiana, and that I will, to the utmost of my knowledge and ability, discharge the duties of the office with which I am now about to be invested. So help me God. Brother Chaplain.
Let us unite in prayer. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth, who has made man a little lower than the angels and has crowned him with glory and honor. In thee, O Lord, did we put our trust in days long by. Thou art still our rock and our refuge. Hear us as we acknowledge our human frailties and seek thy divine guidance. Help us to remember that when the strength and wisdom of man fail, there is an inexhaustible supply above yielded to us through the power of prayer. Grant, O thou great architect of the universe, that this thy servant, who is now about to be invested with the government of our ancient craft in this jurisdiction, may be a man after thine own heart, zealous in thy cause and devoted to thy service. Endue him with firmness of mind and steadfastness of purpose. Give unto him and all of us, we beseech thee, wisdom from on high to direct our steps, strength commensurate with our task to support us, and the beauty of holiness to render all our performances acceptable in thy sight. Be thou our guide, O merciful Father, this day and always, that in all our works, begun, continued, and ended in thee, may we glorify thy name, and that the institution in whose service we are engaged may be worthy of thy divine favor. Establish thou the work of our hands upon us, O Lord. Yea, the work of our hands, establish thou it. Amen.
So mote it be. Brother Randy, would you come forward and lead us in the singing? You don't want to listen to me sing.
What are we singing?
Do they have the music?
I don't know. There's nobody up there. We'll give it a whirl. O God, our help in ages past,
our help from years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal home. Under the shadow of thy throne, thy saints have dwelt secure. Sufficient is thine arm alone, and our defense is sure. Before the hills in order stood, or earth received her frame. From everlasting thou art God, to endless years the same. 1,000 ages in thy sight are like an evening gone, short as the watch that ends the night before the rising sun. Time's like an ever-rolling stream, bears all its sons away. They fly forgotten as a dream dies at the opening day. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come. Be thou our God while life shall last, and our eternal home.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Most worshipful Grand Master, I here present to you our right worshipful brother, David Morgan, who has been duly elected Grand Master of Masons in the state of Indiana, and now declares himself ready to enter upon the discharge of the important duties annexed to that station.
Our first lesson.
In that night did God appear unto Solomon and said unto him, Ask what I shall give it thee. And Solomon said unto God, Thou hast showed great mercy unto David my father, and hast made him reign in his stead. Now, O Lord God, let thy promise unto David my father be established, for thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of the earth in multitude. Give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go out and come into before this people, for who can judge this, thy people, that is so great?
Right worshipful brother, by the voice of your brethren, you have been selected to occupy the highest and most exalted position in Freemasonry, an office that carries with it the power and authority to govern the craft without dictation or pressure from any source. By immemorial usage and irrevocable landmarks of Masonry, you are invested as Grand Master of Masons with powers and prerogatives well nigh absolute. Yet this office carries with it tremendous responsibilities. In the volume of sacred law it is written, And to whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him will they ask more. Thus you will not only rule and govern, but you must be the servant of all. Upon your shoulders will rest the grave responsibility of seeing that peace and harmony prevail at all times, that the ancient landmarks, customs, and usages of the craft are carefully preserved, that no innovations are allowed to interrupt the peace and good fellowship which must prevail in the fraternity if it is to continue to command the trust and respect of all men everywhere. From our knowledge of your zeal and ability, we feel confident that you will discharge the duties of this important station in such a manner as will be greatly redound to your own honor, as well as to the goodwill and prosperity of the craft which you are now to govern. It now but remains for you to be clothed with the insignia of your rank and authority. With genuine pleasure, therefore, we invest you with the jewel of your office, the square and compass, whose symbolic meaning will have a new and striking significance to you.
Now, most worshipful sir, permit me to conduct you to your chair, where you will assume the gavel of authority and thereupon the discharge of those important duties which now devolve upon you. And may the Father of light, life, and love invest you with his choicest gifts.
That's me. That's me. You did. Most worshipful Grand Master, your Grand Lodge. Grand Lodge, your worshipful Grand Master. Giving him grand honors, taking your cue from me, 3 times 3, right and left. Brother Grand Marshal will make proclamation.
In the name and by the authority of the most worshipful Grand Lodge of the ancient and honorable fraternity of free and accepted Masons of the state of Indiana, I proclaim most worshipful David Morgan, Grand Master Masons in the state of Indiana, duly elected and installed in ample form this 21st of May, 2024.
Brother Randy, we would like you to lead us in another song. You get paid more for this.
Boy, I don't know this one.
Okay.
Rick, do you know how this goes? Start it out, I'll follow you. I'll just read it with drama. Lord, our Grand Master bless with help and happiness, so mote it be. May he our laws defend, our power for good extend, our master, guide, and friend, so mote it be. May wisdom from on high bind fast our mystics' tie, so mote it be. May we united stand and join throughout the land with apron, heart, and hand, so mote it be. May he have strength and will our eastern throne to fill, so mote it be. God's shield o'er him be cast, as in the years gone past, as long as life shall last, so mote it be.
You even speak better than I do. Okay, where am I? Okay. Now I do have a question for you, Grand Master. You are now officially installed. It is within your prerogative to install the rest of your officers.
Big
Would
decision.
you like to do this, or would you like us to continue?
No, past Grand Master, I certainly would wish for you to continue.
You may regret it.
No.
Our second lesson will be given by William A. Reiners, past Grand Master.
And Solomon determined to build a house for the name of the Lord, and a house for his kingdom. And Solomon called out 70,000 men to bear burdens, and 80,000 to hew the mountain, and 3,600 to oversee them. And Solomon sent to Hiram, the king of Tyre, saying, As thou didst deal with David, my father, and didst send him cedar to build him a house, to dwell therein, even so deal with me. Behold, I build a house to the name of the Lord my God.
Worshipful Grand Master, I present to you Randolph Seifel, to be installed as Deputy Grand Master.
Right Worshipful Brother, the station to which you have been called by your brethren is one of the great dignity and importance. In the absence of the Grand Master, you are to exercise his prerogatives and preside over the Grand Lodge. In his presence, you are to assist him and support him in all his endeavors. But while your powers and privileges are thus extensive, remember that they bring with them a corresponding share of responsibility. Let the Constitution, laws, and landmarks of our craft be your constant study, that you may be the better enabled to assist in preserving them inviolate and ready to exercise the functions of that more exalted station to which you may be called. The jewel of your office is the square. It's used to square our actions by the square of virtue. Receive it and take your seat on the right of the most worshipful Grand Master to aid me with your counsel and advice. No, you can't. I will. Our third lesson will be given by Most Worshipful Brother Kenneth Willis. Yes. Right here.
And it came to pass, when Hiram heard the words of Solomon, that he rejoiced greatly and said, Blessed be the Lord this day, which hath given unto David a wise son over this people, over this great people. And Hiram sent to Solomon, saying, I have considered the things which thou sendest to me, for I will do all thy desire concerning timber of cedar and concerning timber of fir.
Grand Master, I present to you Brother John A. Bridegroom, to be installed as Senior Grand Warden.
Right Worshipful Brother, as King Hiram of Tyre came to the support of Solomon in his great and important undertaking, so you are called to stand as a pillar of strength in his great lodge, in his Grand Lodge. In supporting the Grand Master, you are charged to exemplify strength of mind and purpose, strength of heart and of character, In the absence of your superiors, you are to govern the craft. In their presence, you will aid and uphold them. We firmly rely on your attachment to the principles of Freemasonry for faithful discharge of the duties committed to you in your present station, and in preparation for a post of greater service. The jewel of your office is the level, a reminder of equality. Its use is to lay horizontals, receive it, and take your station, being careful to look to the west. The fourth lesson will be given by Gail Kemp, past Grand Master.
And King Solomon sent and fetched Hiram, king of Tyre. He was a widow son of the tribe of Naphtali, and his father was a man of Tyre, a worker in brass, and he was filled with wisdom and understanding and cunning to work all his works in brass. And he came to King Solomon and wrought all his works.
Okay.
Mr. Grand Master, I present to you Stephen A. Bates to be installed as Junior Grand Warden.
Right Worshipful Brother, as Hiram the builder was called out of Tyre to beautify and adorn the temple with his cunning workmanship, so do we charge you to hold before your brethren the pillar of beauty. That beauty of harmony and holiness, that beauty of rectitude and integrity, which adorn the spiritual temple we seek to erect within the hearts of men. The prosperity of the institution ought never to suffer for want of leaders both skilled and trusty. You, therefore, see the necessity of preparing yourself for the high responsibilities that may devolve upon you. The jewel of your office is the plumb, which teaches rectitude of conduct. Its use is to try perpendiculars, receive it, and take your station, being careful to look well to the south.
Worshipful Grand Master, I present to you Kenneth Willis, to be installed as Grand Secretary.
Treasurer.
Sorry, Treasurer. Brother Richard Dolan, installed as Grand Secretary.
Are you sure you don't want the other job? Okay. Are we ready? Okay. I understand. Right Worshipful Grand Treasurer, the office to which you have been elected embraces a trust of great responsibility. That you have been called to administer it is evidence of the high opinion we entertain of your prudence and fidelity. Let it be your constant care not to forfeit the least of that confidence. The cross keys forming the jewel of your office have a twofold significance. They are instruments to bind us as well as to loose, to make fast as well as to open. I am confident you will use them only to further the great work of our institution, as your brother may direct and as our rules and regulations may provide. Right Worshipful Grand Secretary, your office is in many respects the most important in the Grand Lodge, excepting only that of the Grand Master. Placed in a position where you are in almost constant contact with our Masonic brethren at home and abroad, upon you devolves in a large degree the good name and prestige of the fraternity in this jurisdiction. Let your carriage be marked with that discretion which will at once reflect credit upon the body you represent. In investing you with your official jewel, the crossed quills, I am persuaded that you will write an enduring record to the honor of the craft so largely dependent upon your experience and ability. Grand Chaplain, Grand Marshal.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I present to you Michael B. Brinson to be installed as Grand Chaplain and Dennis R. Davis to be installed as Grand Lecturer.
It's supposed to be Grand Marshal. Grand Marshal. No, we need the Grand Marshal.
I'd like to present David Westmeyer to be installed as Grand Marshal.
Grand Marshal. It's not, it's. I'm so glad we rehearsed this. Okay. Where's the Grand Chaplain? He needs to be up here too. I think he changed his mind. Worshipful Grand Chaplain, it will be your duty to conduct the devotional exercises at our communications and to perform all sacred functions at our public ceremonies. In all its ceremonies and rituals, Freemasonry inculcates a high veneration for religion and acknowledges our entire dependence upon the supporting hand of deity. The Holy Bible, that great light in Masonry, we entrust to your care. And while you teach its holy precepts to our brethren, may your own deportment afford the best example of their vital importance. Worshipful Grand Marshal, it is your duty to issue proclamations, to arrange all processions of the Grand Lodge, to preserve order according to the forms prescribed, to be ever attentive to the commands of the Grand Master, and always near at hand to see them duly executed. Skill and precision are especially necessary to the faithful discharge of these assignments. Worshipful brethren, receive these jewels as emblems of your authority and enter upon the duties of your various offices.
Worshipful Grand Master, I present to you Dennis R. Davis to be installed as Grand Lecturer, and Philip Atkins to be installed as Assistant Grand Lecturer.
Worshipful Grand Lecture, and Worshipful Assistant Grand Lecture. It will be your duty to instruct the craft, to communicate light, to preserve our ritual and traditions, to stand guard that the ancient landmarks be not removed nor infringed upon. Let it be your special object, then, to see that the glory, honor, and reputation of the institution may be firmly established in the world at large, convinced of its good effects. Worshipful brethren, receive these jewels as emblems of your authority and enter upon the duties of your office. Deacons, Grand Steward, Tyler.
Most Worshipful Grand Master, I now present you with the Senior Grand Deacon, the Junior Grand Deacon, and the Grand Steward and Tyler.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Jerry B. Maple, David T. Westmeyer, and Andrew Stevens.
Worshipful Senior Grand Deacon and Worshipful Junior Grand Deacon, it is your province to attend upon the Grand Master and wardens and act as their proxies in the active duties of the Grand Lodge. To you, with such assistance as may be necessary, is entrusted the introduction of visitors and our communications and immediate practice of our rites and ceremonies in Grand Lodge. Brother Grand Stewart and Tyler, in your post of duty, you will discharge the traditional functions of the Tyler. Suffer none to pass or repass, but such as are duly qualified and have permission from proper authority. A prompt and faithful performance will render the best evidence of your attachment to the sublime principles of our ancient craft. Worshipful brother, receive these jewels as emblems of your authority and enter upon the duties of your various offices.
First Grand Master, last but not least, I now present to you Jacob Lamberson, Grand Organist. Here's all the Grand Organist. I don't know which one's which.
It has been written that music has charms to soothe the savage beast. The works of masonry are barren when it is absent. It supplies cadence for the processional, accompanies the singing voice with harmonious support, and enhances the feeling of ritual by laying a soft, melodious tonal blanket under its more lyric passages. Brother Grand Organist, you are charged to share your time and talents with this worshipful Grand Lodge, that the beauty of sound may be blended with the poetry of language, to render its ceremonies moving and memorable. Okay, put his collar. Brother Chaplain, a benediction.
The Lord bless us and keep us. The Lord make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. The Lord lift up his countenance upon us and give us peace, this day and evermore. Amen.
So mote it be. Brother Deputy Grand Master, will you lead us in one verse of the national anthem? Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Now, we have a very special thing to do. We would like to call up David's family. Masonic family, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. David's Masonic family. So if you're a member of David's Masonic family, Ken Willis, Bill Reiners, Randy, Danny, myself, Denny, and anybody else that I didn't name, please come forward. We are going to present you with your Grand Master's apron. And if you think the installation was a little messed up, wait till you see this. John, where's that? I said this. Grand Master, this is your apron. We hope that you wear it with health, happiness, and prosperity. And now, if I could get my father and grandfather to help us put this on too. All right. Brother Denny Harrell, you want to do this? Okay. Most Worshipful Grand Master, we have a small presentation to give to you at this time. Most Worshipful Grand Master, on behalf
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the honor.
Thank you so much. Good job. First of all, I'd really like to say thank you so much for everyone who stuck around for the installation. I know it's been a long day already. I am very, very appreciative of those that stayed. It is an honor to be able to serve the craft this year, to serve all of you. I said I'm humbled by it, and I really am. I would like to thank the members of my lodge who are here today, and hopefully I won't miss anyone. We have our worshipful master here, Alan Shurd, so if you'd stand when I give your name. I got a light shining in my eyes, so I can't see if you stand out. Where you at, Alan? Oh, there you are. Edward Winchester. Ed is up there. He's our secretary of our lodge. Brother Doug, Pat Moore, he needs no introduction, but I just did. And then the past Grand Master that just presented me with this gavel, Dennis T. Harrell. And also this evening, acting as our installing chaplain, Brother Cleon Wright. Now, before you guys sit down, I have a story, real quick story. A week and a half ago, I received my 50-year award of gold. That evening, May the 11th, 1974, Dennis Harrell was presiding in the East and raised me. In the West that evening, on May the 11th, 1974, was Brother Cleon Wright. And also in attendance was my dad, and I'll get to you in a minute, Dad. So, did I miss anyone from Eureka Lodge? If you would give them an applause. Thank you. Okay, I now call for the presentation of the past Grand Master's Jewel and Collar to Gary E. Brindley, the most recent past Grand Master.
Chet. Past Grand Master Chesney's here.
Oh, yeah, come on down. Jim? Jim?
So it's been a fun and active year. I feel like we've done a lot of good things for the fraternity, and that's what makes you feel good about being there. Glad to see and be at the end of the road, as it were, and we'll just continue to be involved and help take things forward in what little way I can. So thank you very much. I will come up here where there's actually a microphone and somebody can hear me. Most worshipful brother, David Morgan. We are often admonished that it is necessary that some must lead and others follow. The brethren of this great fraternity have elected you to its highest office, and for a time they will look to you for leadership. Since the earliest beginnings of the craft, the mantle of leadership has been passed from one Grand Master to the next in an unbroken line of succession. You are now a part of this chain of union and in the enduring heritage of Freemasonry. If you'll join me here at the podium. This torch, symbolic of the light of Freemasonry and styled after the bicentennial torch of Indiana, is now passed from my care to yours. It is emblematic of the guiding light which you must be for the brethren, and it should be your constant care to keep its flame and the tenets of Freemasonry burning in their hearts. Take it with just a hand and let it illuminate your path as Grand Master. Try to take it with a just hand. Little different there. And let it illuminate your path as Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Free and Accepted Masons of Indiana, and all the brethren of this Grand Lodge. Finally, Grand Master, as we leave this sacred retreat to you and all brethren, be ye all of one mind. Live in peace, and may the God of peace and love delight to dwell in us all. Until we meet again, Godspeed.
Thank you, Pastor Grandmaster. Bradley, I appreciate that. Whoa. Okay. Thank you, guys. Also this evening, I would like to introduce, I also call them my Masonic family because most of them are Masons or an Eastern Star. So I'm very honored and privileged to be able to have many of my family members attending this evening. Some have come a great distance. So first I'd like, and if you would stand when I introduce you and just remain standing, my brother Kevin and his wife Cindy. Kevin is a Mason. My brother Mickey and his wife Cheryl. My brother Mickey is a Mason. My sister Diane and her husband Jimmy. And Jimmy is a Mason and Diane Eastern Star. Very honored and privileged to have my dad and mom here this evening. Dad and Mom, can you care to stand? Yeah. Thank you so much for making this trip. It's probably a 3-hour trip for them to be here this evening, and I really do appreciate Mom and Dad coming out. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Dad. Okay, you can sit down. Thank you. Also this evening, I'd like to introduce my daughter Jennifer and her husband Jason and our granddaughter JC, and also my daughter Misty, and then our son Slade. Where'd Slade go to? Okay, he went way up there after he put the collar on me. Oh yeah. Okay, thank you guys so much for coming. Appreciate it. And Slade did make the track all the way from Arizona, so we appreciate that. And finally, not least, my very supportive wife, Carol. Thank all of you for coming. And thank you, brothers, for allowing me to, again, humbly serve you this year. Are there any other presentations? Nothing? All right. I was looking, I'm reading from a script.
My desk is clear.
So is mine, except for this bottle of water. Brother Grand Marshal, you will escort the lodge ladies from the auditorium, and as they leave, would we all please give them a round of applause? Also, while the ladies are leaving, I will also ask all the ladies and non-members, non-Masonic members, to please retire to the ballroom, and we'll be happy to greet you in just a few minutes. So all non-Masons, ladies, retire to the ballroom.
One more, Doug.
What a nice group of ladies. Oh, it is. It wouldn't hurt our feelings if you turned the projector down some. Oh, thank you. Are we duly tiled?